Hello, happy Thursday, everybody, and thank you for tuning in today with Revealing the Beauty in Your Thorns with Shulanda J. Hastings. And I am your host today, Shulanda J. Hastings, an inspirational author and novelist. I'm actually the author of the novel Marriage Thorn, which is a part of the Beauty of My Thorns collection. And it just pretty much is a series that I have started based upon, if you're familiar with the Bible passage, Paul talks about there being a thorn that he had to deal with in his side. And so, a lot of us, we have different thorns that we have to deal with in life, in our relationships, in our families. But there, I just believe that there is beauty in all the thorns that we have to deal with. So, that brings me to today's topic. I would like to touch on the thorn of brokenness. The Thorn of Brokenness. And I'm going to just briefly read a passage from my novel. It's actually from chapter 1, which is called Total Regret. And if you would just listen and just be focused on that thorn of brokenness that the character Sherry Pierce is dealing with. And it reads, in the middle of the night, I find myself with the same problem that I've had for the past few weeks: insomnia. I can feel the pain from every unbalanced emotion because the stress has resolved through every muscle in my body. As I stare over at my husband, who clearly isn't having any problem sleeping, so many thoughts continue to race through my mind. I wish it was his snoring that was keeping me awake, but it wasn't. It was his words or lack thereof that had me an emotional wreck. Before we said good night, once again he made me his version of heartfelt promises. But this time the residue left a different stain on my heart. This time, more than my heart was broken, my spirit was almost completely damaged. And that is again the character Sherry Pierce talking from my novel Marriage Thorn. And a lot was said within that passage. Of course, she is a wife. She is her character is a first lady, and she's actually a pregnant mother, a soon-to-be mother. But as you can tell from what I just read, she is having a hard time dealing with a lot of things that's going on in her marriage. The scene is set where it's in the middle of the night and she's looking over her husband who's asleep. A lot of things happen, and whatever he said to her had her so damaged. She said that she felt as if her spirit was pretty much damaged. And I just want to pose a couple of questions that I know we can probably relate to. You don't have to be married to relate to this, but even if you're single, if you've ever been in a relationship with anyone and you've had to experience heartache and pain, and that's a hard pill to swallow. Sometimes when we share our heart, we have the boldness and courage to share our deep part of ourselves, most intimate part of ourselves, with someone else, and then they disappoint us. They do the most unthinkable thing, and we're left with a broken heart. And ladies, we know how that can be. We're up crying. We try to talk to our friend girls, but sometimes when we have that type of pain that comes, it's like we have to go through a process to be able to remove that pain, because it's a different pain than if you had a missed date or he forgot to bring you flowers. But when you have actually been in a relationship and you've given all you can in that relationship, you've trusted, you've endured some things, and then to have your heart just crushed, that is something that can be just very unbearable to take. It's a hard pill to swallow. But one thing about relationships, God created us for relationships, and we know that relationships, they are beautiful. They can be very beautiful. They're nurturing, and they should be healthy relationships. And that just goes with any type of relationship that we have. We should seek to have healthy relationships. But unfortunately, all relationships are not healthy. They don't nurture us like as God had intended. And we understand with any relationship, you're going to have some ups and downs, and that helps balance that cycle. But there should not be consistent um, pain where it just really causes you so much turmoil in a relationship. In Isaiah 61:3, it speaks about God binding up the brokenhearted and providing beauty for ashes and us placing on the garment of praise. And I just know from my own personal experience, I've had to put on that garment of praise in order to lift my spirit out of a state of depression from having a broken heart. Because you get to a place where you can't really talk to anybody. You don't know what to say. You know, nobody seems to understand what you are going through. People tend to be judgmental. And so I've learned that I've had to just turn myself to God and ask Him to heal my brokenness. And that is what He has done in my life. And I believe that is what God can do for anyone that is listening to this call, this audio version. If you have experienced heartache in a relationship, God can and He wants to heal your broken heart. All those ashes that looks like you have just been dried out, burnt away, He knows how to bring beauty for those ashes. And so we know that the thorn today is dealing with brokenness. But the revelation, the thing that is being revealed in this today, is that you've experienced brokenness from giving in your relationship. You know, it takes courage to be able to give yourself away, to open up yourself in a relationship, and that's the revelation that you have experienced, that brokenness from giving in a relationship. But the beauty in that is having the courage to actually share your heart. Only to have it broken is making you stronger and wiser. And I'm going to repeat that. The beauty in that thorn is having the courage to share your heart, only to have it broken. That is making you stronger and wiser. You will be greater for it. You may not feel like it right now. You may be in the process of getting there. But everything that you learned in that relationship that hurt you so hard, that made it difficult, it everything God is using that to make you better and greater. So my challenge for you that I believe is to first forgive yourself for opening your heart, because sometimes we get stuck right there. We want to say, well, no, I'm going to put up my wall and my guards up. I don't want to trust anyone else because I did that before and look where it ended me. But God is saying He is here to help you. He is going to help you find that beauty in that. So forgive yourself for opening up your heart and allow someone else to come in at that right appointed time when you have gone through that healing process, because greater is coming and God does have your Boaz waiting for you. And to find more about my novel and to connect, you may please visit me at ShulandaJHastings.com. I have weekly specials up there, and if you're listening to this audio, you can also at checkout all of your purchases that you may want to purchase. In addition to the specials that I have, place in the code MTC16. And again, that code is MTC16, and that will allow you to receive an extra discount at checkout. Well, until next time, again, this is Shulanda Hastings with Revealing the Beauty in Your Thorns. Go and be a bed of roses.